I'm Jessie Mallor, and I am a Jewish studies educator here at Milken, and I teach everything. I mostly teach seniors. I kind of specialize in the 12th grade experience, and I teach introduction to Jewish thought. I was gonna run art museums. That was gonna be my thing, and I liked the education programs. I liked being a part of a Jewish community. I liked thinking about Jewish time and how to create meaningful Jewish experiences. And I fell in love with studying and with this particular form of learning that is uniquely Jewish, which is a combination of the deeply practical and the deeply spiritual. And I think that's one of the things that I love about my people, I love about my tradition, I love about learning, which is that it is a combination of the parts of me and the parts of the world that are deeply spiritual, really focused on how to elevate human dignity and make sure that everybody feels and knows they have a sense of worth, and to create a truly just society. And I still think it was an epiphany, like a voice from heaven, a bat kol. I said, I'm gonna be a teacher. Introduction to Jewish Thought is a class that seniors take, which reviews reviews and tracks the development of Jewish thought, given historical events and other social causes, and really is looking to think about kind of how Jews think. It allows students to get a sense of where they might begin to position themselves as they move into their role as Jewish adults. One of the blessings of Jewish education is that we can really focus, I think uniquely out of all the subjects, we can really focus on whole child education. Knitting together of spirituality and practicality, we get the chance for a holistic education where we are really talking to the students about the big issues of life. And we begin that with students when they're very young, with that kind of value-centered education, so that by the time they get to high school, like, oh my God, I can't believe we're talking about forgiveness again. But you're like, it's very important. And there's a lot of adults out there who never, ever take a moment to sit and think, like, how do I fit into, where do I stand with these very, very big issues that, whether you're conscious of it or not, and you should be conscious because otherwise you can't make powerful choices, they undergird the way that we interact with literally everybody else in our lives. Part of Jewish education is creating and modeling powerful, loving, warm Jewish community. It's one of the things I love here is that the community of teachers is so supportive. And I think one of the unique things about Milken is that all the teachers are really good about bringing themselves to the classroom. A teacher is a gardener in the gardens of Hashem. And all of us have a great responsibility to make ourselves pillars of the house of Israel, and not one of us can excuse ourselves from that great responsibility. I think all of my colleagues really bring a different facet of some kind of passion of theirs, some way of teaching that only they can do. And I think the department is really good at, and also the school is very good at affirming that. One of the wonderful things here is that everybody was on board with that. Because I think there's a lot of ways that students learn in a class. They learn what you think you're teaching them, and they learn what you don't realize that you're teaching them. And I try and be very cognizant of both. And so I hope that they get a sense of a person who is passionate about contributing to the Jewish people, and they think, well, maybe I could do that too. And I hope that they learn how love and pride in your people become a catalyst for action. So I hope that they get a sense of what a blessing curiosity is. And then I think the most important thing for me is that they realize what a powerful voice they have. My students are future rabbis, they're future leaders, they're future principals and teachers and lawyers, and so their voice, their informed contributions are equally as important to the Jewish conversation as anything from the 11th century is. We're working with the next group of people who will contribute to the Jewish future. And I hope that they remember that loving and learning are verbs, and that means that you have to actually practice them and do them. And a community that loves and learns actively, I think, is a stronger community.